Hi, this is Miranda from My Scrappy Life, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a process video for Creative Scrapbooker magazine. It is their VIP group. It's the village of inspired people where they pay monthly, and I absolutely love doing this for Jackie and the team over there. So what I am going to do is that I am going to take one of my sketches and I am going to show you guys how to use it. So what I did is that I took a 1/2 inch off each side, like 1/4 inch, I should say. So like a 1/2 on one side and 1/2 on the other, so that you can see that I left this little bit of this acetate piece. Now this acetate piece, you guys are probably thinking, well, why are you using the whole thing and not cutting it up? I'm going to be really honest. I have a hard time using acetate pieces. So when I find a thing like this is how I'm going to roll with it. So what I am doing here, this is where I was going to say that I'm taking off those pieces that I have put in my instructions. There isn't a real good way of explaining this. I would say that I probably took 2.5, maybe 3 inches off that bigger side, and to make it a diagonal piece. And then of course I needed to take that little piece off of this section so that it fits across the page, because I've already taken it off all the way across. So this is where you have to make sure. Now I do a lot of distressing. I love to do distressing on almost everything. The one thing I don't do is on acetate, because that just tears everything up. But all of my other stuff I will be distressing. So I do use the Close to My Heart distresser, but you can use a knife, a knife if you have it. The Ecto knife, the scissors, any of that sort. So what I wanted to do is that this red glitter paper came in with the collection, and I love this piece of paper because I feel like with everything else being glittered, that is how I was able to put all of it together and give us this tag that is glittery goodness. Now, I will admit that my tag, I like how I do it. I did it by 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then this is like, I think 2 by 3 3/4, or 4 3/4, yeah. And then I use my hole punch to punch it. I like to do 2 different types for my tags, and you'll see it on the sketch. It is the same way. Now, I am going to take the 6x6 paper pad, and I grabbed, or 6x8 paper pad, I should say, and I took out some papers that I wanted to match and just add a little bit of something to this photo so that I can make sure that everything is all lined up nice and pretty and all of that fun stuff. You will see me in a little bit cutting this down because I thought I cut it small enough and I didn't. And that's the beauty of scrapbooking. You realize that something needs to be trimmed, you can trim it. Like it's not like it's a major big thing. So I wanted to make sure that these 2 pieces are sitting correctly. And so what I did is that I lined them up, and these are going to be my 2 focal points. I do add some dimensionals on here as well from Stampin' Up, because those are my favorite. When it comes to anything foam related, I guess, is I use those because they're easy, quick. You can use the whole thing. It's, I have a fear of missing out, so I make sure I get a ton. So here's the thing. My title is called Red Cup, and I was going back and forth trying to figure out which one I wanted to use from Colorcast Designs. Now, I ended up using this one because it's a bigger red cup versus the other one that's a little bit smaller. Now, I have a ton of red cups. I have a ton of photos, all of that fun stuff. And I just want to make sure that everything is where you can see it. And that's what I decided to do. Now, I ended up getting some of this gold foiling doily, I guess. Yeah, doily. That's the word I want to look for. And I wanted to put it in 2 different spots. So inside the the sketch, there is a tag and all this stuff that's up on the top, but on the bottom is just my title. But I wanted something to kind of stick out the rest of that red cup so that you can see it. So that is what I'm doing there. And then obviously I used the rest of it up on top because whatever I do on the bottom, I kind of wanted to do on top. And you'll kind of see me do that throughout this whole thing. I do want to take an opportunity to thank Jackie for asking me to do this again. This is like my second time doing it, and I absolutely love doing this for Jackie. I hope that my instructions are on point, and if you do have any questions, you guys know to message me, comment me, all of that fun stuff in the group, or leave a comment down below in the with this video, and I always go back and answer. That is the one thing that I have made sure throughout the last couple of years, that I make sure that I comment back to everybody and make sure that it is all, I answer all the questions, even if it is thanks for the inspiration or whatever. I wanted to make sure that I added 2 snowmen, one on top and one on the bottom, because I feel like, that's just the way I wanted it to roll. I added a paper clip up in the top corner, and it might be a little bit harder to see. So the ones on the top corner are not from Paige Evans. They're a paper clip that came with the kit, but I know it's not Paige Evans. And then this one certainly is. And this little guy here has the coffee mug, and I was like, yep, that's perfect. I've got like double the amount for this collection because I am a heavy embellisher, and this is going to be the collection that I'm going to use for my 2022 December documented. I'm a little behind, and I'm hoping that I can get caught up on my December documented. So I want to pose a question. Do you guys do like December documented where you document things that happen in the month of December? Or are you a one that does a picture a day, even if it is to look at a white wall and you absolutely did nothing? But I'm going to make it look like I did something on that day, because that's what I feel like December documented is, or December daily is where you're just taking random photos for no reason. I am a December documented type person. I do not document on a daily, but I will document when things are going on. So like my daughter's Christmas concerts, the red cups that I always get, all of those types of things, I definitely make sure that I am documenting those, and then I just make it part of my trip, or like my thing, right? We have been actually, the last couple of years when Josh came back from deployment, we've actually traveled somewhere. So my December documented has gotten a little bit bigger than I wanted it to, but only it's because I've added the trip in this. I try to make it all, I try to make it to where it's part of that, because it is. The last couple of years, we have actually gone to Asheville, North Carolina, and we go in there. The first time around was with the Biltmore Estates, and went and checked out all of that. And then in 2023, we went to Asheville and just hung out. This year for 2024, we are heading into Roan Mountain, Tennessee, and doing that. So here's where I like to do my little doodling lines, and then that is pretty much it. Thank you. If you have any questions, link it down below. I hope that you guys are all staying safe. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.